Sometimes less is more, bro. I feel so fucking sick right now. And I think a lot of it is because I've been eating too much like eggs and milk. I think I'm going to move more towards the vegan direction probably as time goes on. And that's what I mean by less is more. Like, I've done this before, guys. I have lived on just fruit juice for 3 months, and that was like the best I ever felt in my life. So that's what I mean by less is more. Sometimes you feel sick because you got all these different food groups clogging you up. And think about the apes in nature. They just eat fruits and greens, and look how jacked they are, you know? And I feel like I need to get back to that because I feel sick right now because I think I've been doing too many different food groups lately. And so sometimes less is more, guys, because when you take less of something else, you're allowing more of something else in a lot of times. Like, for example, if you're eating less meat, now you have more room for fresh juices. You can fit more green juice in your stomach. You can fit more citrus juice in your stomach. Get those vitamin C levels up. You know what I'm saying? If you eat less eggs, now you have more room in your stomach for hemp milk. Sorry, my friend just messaged me some important stuff on Instagram. But yeah, like, sometimes less is more, guys, and that can apply to everything in life. Like, for example, you could talk to like 100 different women that are all low quality as fuck. Or maybe you could talk to like, maybe you could wife up one woman that would change your life forever because she's a good woman that loves you. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes less is more. And I think a lot of times in today's society, because we're so capitalistic, we forget that. You know, we could feed the whole planet for free. You see these trees here? How come that tree can't be an apple tree? And I could just juice my own apples for free. You see what I'm saying? We could grow community gardens everywhere, you know? And yeah, like I said, sometimes less is more. Imagine if the grocery stores had no junk food in them and it only had healthy food. How much more different healthy foods could you fit in that store if you took out the unhealthy food? You see what I'm saying? So sometimes less is more, and we try to overcomplicate things. We try to add all these different extra things into the equation, and I think a lot of times that's what throws things off sometimes. I'm not saying it's not good to add extra things if there actually are helping, but, you know, less isn't always more. Sometimes you do need more different things. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you do. But sometimes you don't. You know, one of the best I ever felt, I was living on mainly watermelon for 3 months. Like, just one type of food. I did like a tablespoon of coconut oil in there too, and just different type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes less really is more. And I'm not saying it's always more. Like, yeah, sometimes maybe you want a variety of fruits for different colors, and sometimes that's good too. But sometimes it's better to just eat one food group like fruits and greens or fewer and nuts. And sometimes it's better to get rid of things like the meats, you know what I'm saying? Or like the junk food. So less is more, but more is more if it's of the right stuff. So if you're bringing the right things into your life, then yeah, maybe you want more of that. But how are you going to have room for what actually matters in your stomach, in your gut, in your life in general, if you're constantly consuming trash? You might not have room. You just ate a milkshake, so now you can't drink a grape juice or you might throw up. You just ate a burger, so now an orange juice might be too much and you might throw up. But if you just skipped the burger and drank the orange juice, you might have gotten a lot more energy because the body's mostly water. You see what I'm saying? You might be fucking with 50 different women and they might be talking behind your back, like destroying your reputation because they're mad at you. They don't really like you. They just like your sex, but they're jealous of each other, you know, and you can ruin your life that way. Or maybe you have one wife or maybe a few women that are just really good to you, that really help elevate you mentally, spiritually, and physically. You know, sometimes less is more. And who are you going to invest into? Are you going to invest into the people that are dragging you down just so you can have a bunch of friends? Or are you going to make room for people in your life who will actually care for you to help you elevate to the next level? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying less is always more. But what I am saying is that if it's less of the bad stuff, it makes room for more of the good stuff. So sometimes more is more if it's of the right stuff that you need. Like, you only have 100 calories of watermelon juice. Yeah, maybe 1,000 or 2,000 calories of watermelon juice is what you really need. But the only way to make room for that in your stomach is to cut out the burgers, cut out the pizza, cut out the ice cream. Because otherwise, you're just overeating, trying to fit all these different fruits and all these different junk foods in your stomach. So less is more if it's less of the wrong stuff, because it makes room for the right stuff. But more is more if it is of the right stuff. And so you want to create room in your life for the right stuff, if that makes sense. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for tuning in. I love you guys. And until next one, I'm out. Love and peace.